What's going on, YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I'm the Crypto Vet. Thank you for tuning back in. Today we had some little bit declines on Bitcoin, but Ethereum is still leading the way as far as pumping like crazy. A lot of different alts are following, some are not. So today we're going to go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, a tad bit of Doge at the end, and then of course I'm just going to bring up something that was absolutely funny to me. Was a crypto called Come Rocket. I can't actually load the website because it'll probably get me issues with YouTube just because there's half naked girls on it, but super funny cryptocurrency that was mentioned by Bill Maher that is absolutely going crazy. I mean, if you just look at the chart, it is gone completely parabolic. So if you like that, if you like the content, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at XRP Veterinarian. Where I post charts and different things as I see them throughout the day, since I don't really have time to make 5-6 videos a day. I'm working to where I can. I just gotta kind of optimize the editing and recording process. But links for Twitch, Discord, and all the other goodies are down below. But let's go ahead and get started over here on CoinMarketCap. If we look on CoinMarketCap, we can see that our overall market cap is at $2.22 trillion. Absolutely crazy. Bitcoin dominance continuing to go down. And we can see here that Bitcoin is down 5%. Ethereum holding up nice. Doge overtook XRP as far as market cap. Still don't think it's sustainable whatsoever. But hey, the money goes where the money goes, doesn't it? So if we look at the biggest gainers, DogeCoin and Ethereum Classic, Chainlink, all of them are finally making some big moves here. And the biggest losers as of now, not too big as far as downside, especially seeing that these cryptos have gone absolutely crazy over the past couple weeks. Now, if we go ahead and look at Bitcoin dominance, I've been posting this chart over and over as we see continued decline. We can see that Bitcoin is down to around 46.5%, showing that so much money is leaving Bitcoin and going into other altcoins, thus devaluing Bitcoin overall against the other cryptos. Now, we could see bounce back up and come back to support, but usually what we've seen in the past, 2017, is that we actually have a lot of sharp declines to where we finally just kind of consolidate in an area, then we have a rise to the upside. We'll start again and go down, and this was present in all of these scenarios going back. So just keeping an eye on it, because when we hit certain points, that's when I would be looking to potentially put some of the alt money back into Bitcoin to ride up to the upside again, and then hitting certain points, I may consider going into other alts. Just completely depends on how they are doing against Bitcoin in the long run. But now, if we look at Bitcoin right now, we can see that since January, we've been in an ascending channel. We've hit some tops, found good support right at the 50%. We've hit big even numbers that have caused us to have resistance. And then our local top, which could be the top for the whole cycle, who the hell knows right now. I personally don't think so, but we have our top here at around 65,000. We've had a big drop. Looks like we were coming good, and then now we are getting rejected right at this big volume area, right at around 57.5, which we've been kind of expecting, right? We kind of got a little chub thinking that we were going to go up higher here, but then we came back below the 20 daily exponential moving average. And if you guys have been watching me, you guys know that I wasn't going to be happy for another pump until we got down to the weekly. It still doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just that I was going to be finally comfortable that we have reset everything and can go up higher if we touch this, because back in 2017 and previous cycles, we have always come down to touch the 20 weekly exponential moving average. Now, right here, we bounced off of the 13 weekly moving average, where if I just go ahead and change this to 13, we can see that we bounced right on it right here. So potentially this is as far as we come down, and we may come back down to bounce off of it again before moving up, or we could come back down and touch it. So still kind of sitting back waiting to see. Right now Ethereum's kind of running the show. Another indicator that we've been following is that this the MACD, every time we've had a bullish cross on the daily, we've had increased upside. Well, except for right here. And I also saying that, I don't know if this cross here is actually going to be true. Just like here, I figure we might come across, maybe bounce on it, or we'll have another bearish cross go sideways before we come up. And right now we still don't know. But it is looking like we may actually come back down and do a bearish cross here in the short term. So very, very likely that we will find support in this region right around the $51,000 range. That's also not only is that the 13 weekly EMA, but it's also where we have the next area of support. And then at this point, Bitcoin will have traded down for roughly 3 weeks, which is about what we see as far as consolidation, 2 to 3 weeks before we see another pump. And if we measure how far we've gone down, we've already corrected almost 30% total. That doesn't mean we can't have another 20-30% from here. It's just that more and more money is leaving into the alts, but at some point it will come back in time, and trading sideways or large decreases in value are what it takes to actually reset the momentum and get people back on the same page. If we zoom in here onto the hourly, we had this potential reverse head and shoulders that we were watching, but in the grand scheme of it, we're just looking at pretty much simple resistance and support. We're bouncing in between key resistances. Up here, we're bouncing on key supports here, and like right now, we don't really know where we're going. We did kind of have this bearish ascending wedge here, which if we did break to the downside, actually brings us right back to where this low was here, and then maybe that actually completes the, in a sense, reverse head and shoulders pattern. At this point, I think we are just still in sideways consolidation. Then you could pretty much make any pattern do whatever you want and kind of play out in a sense. So right now, I'm purely just waiting for Bitcoin to either overcome a new resistance or potentially fall down to lower supports. One of them being where we consolidated at our low point on the 13 weekly EMA, or if it does drop even more bearish, getting good support here on the 20 weekly EMA. So we're just going to keep an eye on that and see where it goes. Now, if we head over to Ethereum, I posted this chart on Twitter, and I have on the left-hand side the daily chart against the US dollar, and on the right-hand side, I have the weekly chart against Bitcoin. And we can see that we've been in this channel again since January. And now, when we finally broke up here, my expected first area of resistance for Ethereum was going to be around the $3,300 region. And if we were to break above this channel, find support here, that's what would be a good sign that we have a higher likelihood to break this pattern and potentially move to higher prices in the short term. Specifically here on the weekly chart, we can see this long-term yearly resistance that we finally broke above, came down, confirmed it, and now we are heading to the upside as far as Ethereum against Bitcoin. The last time we got above this 0.236 area right here, it pumped absolutely crazy over the next 4.5 weeks to its highest valuation against Bitcoin. The only areas that we had a little bit of struggle was right at the 382, which we can see we're getting close to, but right after that, came back down, had a little wick, and then it was off to the races for Ethereum. So the unique thing is if we actually get to the golden pocket on the weekly chart against Bitcoin, this area, if Bitcoin was to stay in the same price that it is now, which was roughly 58,000 at the time, it's a little bit lower now, but who knows where it's going to be. That's actually going to put us up here at the 3618 on the dollar chart and another big even of around 6,000. So zooming in on this, you can see this is the 4 hour. We can see that we are having a lot of trouble and a lot of buying right at this area. So trend is your friend until it ends. It hasn't ended yet. People are still having a lot of interest in Ethereum. So do I think it's a good buy right now? Only if you're holding for the long term. If you're trying to make a quick buck right now, I'll proceed with caution because we could come right back down to the bottom of this channel to find support over the next couple of days, which could be as low as $2,600, right? So again, I'm just a doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice, but this is the point when I believe people will be taking a lot of profits. Now, if all those profits get met and more buying pressure comes in, we can actually completely go parabolic and keep going. So just something to keep an eye on as far as Ethereum goes right here. We'll do Doge last. Now, if we head over to XRP, I've been posting these charts and showing how this area could be dangerous for us because we already had the dump that was bought back up. This dumped whenever Bitcoin did dump. And then we see we fought for a little bit right at the golden pocket and then dumped again when Bitcoin dumped, showing that Bitcoin's running the show for XRP right now. It has not decoupled and started its own price action. It is still following the price action of Bitcoin for the most part. And after the last couple of hours, we actually dropped below our next support area, and we actually are now trending right above the 20 daily exponential moving average. On Twitter, I said that we're still setting higher lows as far as if we were to look on something like the 4-hour. We came up, this is our low down here, our higher low, and then now we're still a little bit higher than this one here, right? So if we were to drop below, say, the $1.30 or $1.28 region, then yeah, we're most likely going to be coming down to like the $1.16 area. But whenever we're in a bull run, it's very difficult to try and predict where the bottom is, and just overall in trading, very hard to predict the tops or the bottoms, right? So for me, when I'm thinking that XRP is going to have a much, much higher valuation by the end of this year, it's really not a, I really don't give a shit whether or not it drops to 116 right now. I'm buying at dips, accumulating, and moving forward. And I'm waiting for big breaks in structure before I actually enter into leverage trading. I did get into a trade right here, and I was able to get out at around the 160 range. The second time we found rejection, so still made some profit. Not as much as I would like, a few $1,000s on a 10x leverage. So now I'm waiting for us to actually break this resistance and confirm it on a 4-hour before I was to continue up. So coming back to where we have here, you can see that we do have a lot of volume, whereas the reason we fell through this support is because we didn't really have as much traded volume in this area, and you can see the selling volume down here was really, really high. So will we continue upwards or go down? It's anybody's game, you know. Some game-changing news from the SEC lawsuit could pump this up. Bitcoin could pump a little bit, which would bring XRP with it. Slowly, there's a lot of different scenarios. So as of right now, I'm just slowly accumulating more and more and more. If I was to potentially enter a short, it would not be until we confirmed below this 130 or the 0.382. That would be the time that I'd be, okay, we're most likely going to continue down to the next area, which would be the $113 to $116 range. And looking over here, you can see that that's going to be right in this zone down here on this giant symmetrical triangle that XRP is forming. XRP loves to show a pattern and then just extend that shit out further and further and further and further. And then when nobody's paying attention, it goes straight up. So that's pretty much where we're at for XRP. If we look at it against Bitcoin, we can see this 10% drop that Bitcoin did. The channel that we drew for XRP against Bitcoin is following very, very closely, and you can see that we've actually touching it, confirming it, and moving back up. We did the same thing right down here above my little logo head, and then all of a sudden we got above that line and trended upwards. We're doing that again here. We actually came down to the 20 daily exponential moving average here. So if we have a nice bounce, get above this strong support resistance box that we've been watching, we could see a nice pump. But then once we pump up, we got to get back over into our previous uptrends that we had. So question for me that I had in Discord, is this possibly a fake out before the breakout? It always could be in a bull run. But if we're trying to be, you know, smart traders, would I be entering any trades right now as far as longs? Only if you're on low leverage and you could buy your way down to below $1. If you can't do that, just sit back and wait until it's a breakout trade. Breakout trades are the easiest. The problem with it is you got to be patient and wait for it. So that's pretty much where I'm at on XRP, waiting to see what is going to happen. All right, so last we're going to go over Doge. Everybody knows that I'm not the biggest fan of Doge, but Doge is, you know, obviously doing its thing right now in the market. It passed XRP as far as market cap. If we look at it as far as the pattern goes, you can see here, if we did a simple little AB equals CD, a target would be up to around 70 cents, and then just a symmetrical triangle breakout to the upside from right here puts us almost up to 62 cents, which we almost met here. And I posted this on Twitter 2 days ago when we were back at 40 cents or 30 something cents, saying, hey, I don't really like Doge, but we want to make a quick buck, go for it. I still have a little bit of Doge, nowhere near as much as I used to have. I said at one point, I think I had almost 1 million Doge, which would be well worth over $500,000 now. But, you know, this was not the project that I was believing in as far as, you know, pursuing into the future and utility. Doge was kind of a joke, right? Well, now it's making the joke out of me here. If we look at the potential future of Doge, there are projects like TrueBit, which is considering fixing a lot of the issues with Doge by creating a Doge Ethereum concept. I'm still looking into it right now, but TrueBit is another crypto that has gone absolutely crazy, from like less than a penny to now it was over $1, and now it's back at like 70 cents. So, the crypto space completely makes fools out of everyone, especially when I bought Come Rocket as a joke, and it ends up outperforming a lot of my other trades overall. So right now, short-term target would be these two prices here, but this is definitely one of those buy the rumor, sell the news things in my mind. On the 8th of this month, couple of days, Elon Musk will be on Saturday Night Live, and a lot of people are believing that he's going to talk about Doge. Well, a lot of this happened, I think, on 420 or 421, which was Doge Day, and the price actually took a huge dip. So, please be cautious buying Doge at these high prices. Like I said, this is an inflationary token. It has other negative tokenomics, not very many developers. And if something was to happen, this thing could go right back down close to less than a penny again really, really fast. So especially if people get scared, because a lot of people investing in this are trying to make money quick. So if you make some money, take your initial profit out, and then if you want to let the rest YOLO on for, fucking $2, then great. Then at least you don't lose any money. But again, I'm still not putting my life savings in this project, and I won't until there's better use case for the product. So that's going to do it for today. Just quick updates overall on some of the big movers, as well as the cryptos that I do like to follow and trade consistently. So if you like the content, please let me know in the comments. Any questions or concerns, hit me up. I'll catch you guys in the next one.